If you would have asked me 4 years ago if I thought I would drop out of the corporate world, leave behind a 9 to 5 at the age of 24, having just turned 24, I would have definitely told you I don't think that's going to happen or that's probably not the route I'm going to take. But I ended up making the decision. I left my 9 to 5 at the age of 24 in August of 2024. The reasoning behind that is pretty simple. I was just miserable at that job. I hated it. And looking back on the initial plan that I had always had growing up, and I always knew I was going to be a businessman of some sort. I was going to have some kind of business. Started selling online at like 12, 13, did Amazon and everything. But I always had that fear or the thought that we're taught and institutionalized into our brains that you need a 9 to 5, you need a job because business is unsustainable, it can be dangerous, it's not safe, it's not consistent, all of these things. So I always had the thought I would eventually become a business owner full time, but it would come at like 40 years old. And I would just work my 9 to 5 for many, many years in preparation, I guess, for that. And somehow I'm going to start a business and make enough money to quit the 9 to 5. I didn't think it would happen at 24 years old. So if you're in a similar situation to this, you want to go out there, you want to pursue a certain passion, you want to build a clothing brand, a loungewear brand like I'm doing, or you want to sail around the world, or you just want to make content eating different food all around the world, whatever it is. I want to tell you a little bit about my story, my journey, and hopefully can give you some guidance or a better understanding of how to go through things and come out the other side and be able to finance whatever it is that you want to do, travel around the world and eat different food or sail around the world or go to outer space. I don't know. So what I did, I went to college, typical 4 years. I got a degree that I honestly would not recommend getting. I got a marketing degree and I graduated though with that degree, and right away I was able to get a job. I didn't realize how difficult it would be to get a job because I waited until senior year to start applying. But after graduating, I had the job set, right? I started like I really woke up to things after working in the Amazon warehouse senior year of college. And I was like, wait, I don't have a job lined up. What am I going to do when I graduate? So that's when I realized I did not want to work at the Amazon warehouse ever again or any one of those kinds of jobs. So I started looking and searching and grinding to improve my resume and applying, and I ended up landing a sales job. That's pretty much all I can find. Marketing is extremely competitive, extremely oversaturated, and a degree for marketing really doesn't mean much. You're probably only going to be able to get very low level, entry level marketing job if you can have the connections to even get that, or a sales job. That's what you see most marketing people do. Ended up with the sales job, hated it from day one. Right on day one during the orientation, when they told us, okay, what you're going to be doing is like cold call this person. And when they pick up, I was like, what are you talking about, cold call? And someone picks up. This position is called business development representative. Am I not making like business plans for international businesses to help them develop? No. The job was calling people, cold calling people at corporations and trying to sell them our software. I worked at Oracle. I know a lot of people on YouTube, they're like, I worked at this company, and they never want to say the name. I don't give a fuck. I worked at Oracle. So I was cold calling people at McDonald's. And you understand how huge of a corporation McDonald's is. So you're just calling up random people trying to sell them software. You don't even know if you're calling the right department. It's a huge mess. It was miserable. I hated it. So I thought, you know what? Maybe it's not just sales that I dislike, the cold call and everything. Because at this point in time, I had kind of started meddling more into e-com. I started my print on demand business. I was getting some sales here and there, but I was realizing how inconsistent it is. I can have a great few days and then I don't sell anything for weeks. So I kept thinking, kept going back to that thought, you know what they tell us is true. Business is inconsistent. You need to hold on to a job. I don't like this job, but maybe if I go into an industry that interests me, I'll like sales. And I applied to so many jobs, could not get anything and anything outside of sales because, again, marketing is extremely oversaturated. At the same time, the income that I was getting from the job was helping me test out different things with print on demand. I also started pursuing another degree, getting a master's in business analytics because I thought, you know what, let me also get this in the bag in case I need it in the future. It'll help me get a better paying job so I can sponsor my business in the future. Again, thinking I'm going to be like 30, 40 still working a 9 to 5. So then I go to a new company that's in e-com and it's sales again. And after like 2 weeks, I realized, fuck, I'm not going to like this either. The company was dope, super modern company, young people working with e-com businesses. And the only thing it did for me was made me realize that, you know what, I can do this. I was reaching out and cold calling some e-commerce businesses that were so simple, it'll blow your mind. They were using outdated social media marketing techniques, outdated email marketing, outdated SMS marketing, outdated websites that were very bland. They were easily doing $100,000 a month. Easily. As a matter of fact, that's probably way more than that because I only worked with businesses that were from 5 million to about 29 million a year. So it opened my eyes like, hold up, if these people can do it that don't even know how to use social media and are still stuck on techniques from like 2017, 2016, I can do it too. And that's when my self-belief started to grow. But again, my business still was not making enough money, the print on demand that I had done. And that's when the TikTok shop opportunity came about. And from there, I said, this is my chance. This is my lifeboat. I'm at a new company, still don't like it. As a matter of fact, I don't like working a job. I don't like working for someone. That's what it is. It's not the marketing or a sales job or a finance job or even how much the job pays. I don't like any of it. Two, my eyes opened up to the reality that if all of these other people who are not using the best strategies are making millions of dollars a year, I can do it. And three, TikTok shop came around. So I said, this right here is going to save me. So I start on TikTok shop. I'm creating content at the same time, working my 9 to 5. And let me tell you, this is the most important part of the video because this is where the sacrifice happens. I would have to go work my 9 to 5, sometimes wake up at 5 a.m. to go to the gym before, work a little bit on my business, go to the 9 to 5. I'm in the office, lunch break, I'm working on my business. I leave, no time for hanging out with coworkers or anything. If you want to hang out with your coworkers, accept the fact that you're going to be stuck with those coworkers for the next 10 years. That's okay with you? Then go hang out with the coworkers. For me, it was not. So there was none of that going out to hang out after or whatever, go to a restaurant. I don't even drink, so I definitely wasn't going to grab no drinks. I would go directly home, work. I would have like 2 to 3 hours to work on my homework for my master's, work on my TikTok shop. Week 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I have my first $1,000 day on TikTok. And that's when I realized double down. So I doubled down. I kept working until I got to a point where I was like, okay, this has been consistent for about 10 to 12 months. And that led me to August, which was actually my best month. And I had like 100 orders a day for a couple straight days. Things have slowed down since then, but that's when I realized like I'm wasting my time at this job. I can be making better content for my business, making better YouTube content to make money that way, and doing what I enjoy to do. I'm over here wasting my time for a shitty salary. And that's when I decided to quit the 9 to 5. So that's kind of been my blueprint that I would tell anyone. Go work, right? Get the job. You need to have a job, get some kind of job. If you didn't go to college, get a warehouse job, get I don't know, do DoorDash, Uber Eats, Uber maybe. Keep your expenses extremely low. Spend only on what you need, like essentials. If you got to live at home with your parents, stay living at home with your parents. No new car, none of that. You're just working and grinding. You work the 9 to 5, whatever it is, and you start building your business. Now, that leads me to the point of where we're at right now. My original business is built up, set up, right? It has this kind of consistency to it. I have over 10,000 followers on TikTok. I have set up the Etsy, and we've been getting sales on there as well. About to hit 100 sales. I set it up like 2 months ago. So I just want to have that as sort of like the 9 to 5, right? And then you'll notice that the first business, this is like level 2, step 2. You'll notice that the first business that you start it's unlikely it's going to be your forever business. So this business that I have is almost now like my 9 to 5. It's how I get my income to finance my new business that I'm building, Inicio, that I've been documenting the journey of for you guys, a 24-year-old corporate dropout series. It's been all about that brand, and it's showing the transition from being, and my whole YouTube, I guess, career, you can say, catalog shows this, from someone who just graduated college, is confused, has no idea what to do, ends up working a 9 to 5, realizes they hate the 9 to 5, finds a lifeboat, a lifesaver in TikTok shop, e-com, builds their first business, but then is developing into the second business, or I guess the more long-term kind of business. And that's what the point that I'm at right now. So if you're someone who is at stage 1 that I was at, follow this blueprint. It is going to guide you. And if you're someone who is at the same stage as me, well, I guess you're gonna watch us grow together. And I'm very excited for that. And the reason why you probably ask, well, why start another business? Why not just continue with that and keep growing it? I feel like the first business that I have that I've shown you guys on here about the TikTok shop journey and everything, it's a level one business. It's not the kind of business going to get you to one, two, three, $4 million international sales, and this extremely strong brand that is going to be consistent and grow year on year on year. It's a great beginner tool. It's going to do good on Etsy. It'll do good on TikTok. It'll get me quick sales there. But I want to build a brand. I want to build something solid, something that's mine, that has nothing to do with trends. If TikTok comes or goes, doesn't matter. Sales are consistent. If Instagram comes or goes, sales are consistent. That's what I'm trying to build. And I think that's stage two of every entrepreneur, is you kind of evolve beyond just let me get sales or let me get views or let me get followers into let me build a brand that has recognition, that people like and respect, that makes customers happy with their purchases, and makes them come back for more. So if you're new here, welcome to this series, and you're going to see me grow and develop into this stage too. And I hope this video brought you value. If you're someone who is just, completely starting out, if you're at the same stage as me, I want you to realize that I'm going to be sharing a lot with you here. It's going to be super transparent. I told you guys when I was getting the imposter syndrome, when I have doubts, when I have frustrations, when I feel like, damn, I don't know if I can do this. Can I do it? Man, it's just a constant cycle of growth, I guess you can say. And that's how it is. That's really how it is. It's not going to be perfect from day one. It's not going to be easy from day one, but we come back every single day and grind and work towards our purpose. And it's a beautiful life, not having to go clock in for anyone. So thank you guys for watching this video. Like and subscribe to follow the journey, and I'll see you in the next one. I'm out.